Listen up, Buttercup. My name's Nico Omi, and I'm gonna teach you how to become a Splatoon 2 pro. Now, here's the deal. At the end of this video, you're gonna splat my subscribe button because I want to become a famous YouTuber with millions of subscribers. So at the end of this video, if you enjoyed it and you learned something, hit that subscribe button. Okay, let's get going. Clam Blitz is the first new game mode we've ever gotten in Splatoon 2 ranked history, okay? And it's a big deal, and you want to become a pro at it, and I'm going to teach you how. So, this is a game mode all focused on you running around rampant trying to collect all of these clams. It's like your name is Miss Williams, and you're an English teacher in 4th grade, and you're like, okay kids, come on kids, and once you get 10 kids following you, the kids turn into footballs. Your job is to run up to the opponent's barrier and throw that football, aiming using your perfect boss football skills, throwing the football, hitting the barrier, and breaking the barrier, getting your team 10 points and opening up the barrier. Once the barrier is open, grab your clams and start chucking them in there. The more clams you get in the opponent's base, the more points you get. Listen, folks, don't do this at home. Turning your clams into football projectiles and throwing them at people's houses is not a good idea. But in Splatoon 2, it's ideal. And the number one tactic and tip I have to give you is be quick. Upgrade your armor for speed. Be speedy because this game is all about getting to the opponent's barrier and throwing those clams. And the way to do this is speed, okay? If you die and you lose all of your clams. You don't get those babies back. You have to go collect them again. So the tactic is you have to be quick and get on your feet. And one thing I've noticed in this game is the people that are slow and vulnerable, they die and don't get a single point, and they don't help their team one bit. Now, the main issue I see with people once they're playing Clam Blitz is that they are focusing too much on themselves. Yes, they are spending way too much time trying to collect clams so they can go out and get the football. No. You have to use teamwork. There is no I in team, no matter how corny or cheesy, you know, for all the lactose intolerant people out there, I don't care how cheesy it sounds, it's true. There is no I in team, and this game is all about teamwork more than any other team, okay? Because in other modes, you could do Rainmaker and you can get that Rainmaker and do it by yourself. This game, you need teamwork because when a team member is collecting clams, you shouldn't collect clams too. Now, hear me out. Your goal should be getting that person who has 5, 6 clams, help them get the 4 other ones they need. If your teammate has 7 clams, don't grab the 3 clams in front of them so you have 3 clams. Defend him so he can get the 3 clams so then he has 10 to get the football. Say his name is Roger. Follow Roger all the way into the barrier and make sure he's safe to throw the barrier apart, okay? So make sure, okay, if you're with a partner and that partner has clams, don't get clams. Help that person get clams. Since that person is already halfway or more ready to get a football, you need to help that person get the football instead of you being selfish, shellfish, okay? I'll use a pun. Don't be shellfish, okay? Help your teammate Roger. Too often while watching people play this game and myself playing it, there is no points scored on either team because people are too caught up in their own motives. People are too caught up in getting their own clams. So make sure, please, if you have a lot of clams, make sure the person next to you is helping you get the clams. If the person next to you has a ton of clams, make sure you're helping them get clams. It's all about teamwork. You getting yourself 10 points is no different than the person next to you getting your team 10 more points. So if it's a lot easier for that person to get 10 points, help them and don't help yourself, okay? Just help them. If you win, if your teammate wins, that means you're winning too. Also, too often, I see no one scores points at all by the time the game ends. So you need to make sure to at least get 1 point on board. And then you can go into my first tactic that I'm telling you, which is stalling. So once you get your first point, which is getting 1 football, 1 barrier broken, right? That's 10 points to your team, and then however many clams you get in there as well. You are in the lead. At this point, you can either continue to be offensive and get more points and try to win completely, or you can do what I like to call stalling and defending. Now, once you get the lead, you have the lead on your side. You are winning. If you have 2-3 minutes left, you can easily stall in this game mode. Why? Because people are too focused on getting points and throwing the football and aiming They are not focused on who is splatting them. In this game mode, more than any game mode, you are getting splatted constantly because you are focusing on getting clams. You are focusing on getting the football. You are focused on having the football and throwing the football and hitting it. Aiming is very hard in this. You have to make sure your aim is good. So if you're playing defense, you can easily splat these people because they aren't worried about splatting you or getting splatted. They're worried about getting their clams. So people are so vulnerable and so easy to splat in this game mode. So I advise you, if you see people going out on your team and getting the clams and getting footballs, stay back. Stay back and watch as people are trying to get to your base and just splat them, okay? Snipers are really good. Brella is really good. What I would recommend is 2 people going out and being offensive. 1 person being the collector, 1 person protecting the collector, and then 2 people sitting back near the base and making sure one of them are sniper and the other one can be a Brella or someone to defend the sniper or help defend. Because they can easily come back and beat you in this game because it's once you get the barrier open, they get lots of points added up quickly. So you cannot let that barrier get open. So when you see someone who has 8, 9 clams on the other side, splat them. When you see someone with a football, splat them. Sit back at your barrier and make sure no one's coming because they will easily defeat you. So make sure that your whole team isn't a group of 4 people who are unique to themselves. Make sure your team is a team and not 4 inklings going at it trying to get footballs because that will not work. You need someone defending the base. You need someone who's collecting. You need someone to defend the collector. There are only 4 people on your team and you need to make sure that the team isn't just 4 solo people because every teammate matters. A win is a win in Splatoon, and I see too many people when they're winning and they have a big lead worry too much about being aggressive when they should be defensive. You have to keep that win on your side. A 1-0 win is just as good as a 5-0 win. So if you are only winning by 1 point, make sure you're defending yourself. If you are only winning by 3 points, you have a big lead. There's no need to expand that lead. Make sure you're defending your lead rather than extending your lead, because extending your lead is way, way, way more risky than defending your lead. Bottom line, cut and dry, Buttercup, you have to be defensive, you have to be supportive, and you can't be selfish in this game. This is a team game, okay? It's not one-on-one, it's 4v4. Next is the weapons. Now, a lot of people, the number one worry they have is what weapons do I use when going into this match or this type of match. And the number one suggestion I can give to you is use the weapon you fit best, but use a weapon that is good in the mode you're playing with too, okay? That doesn't defeat the purpose. There are tons of weapons that you can be good with that you just haven't tried. So really try to expand your reach of weapons you can use. There are tons of weapons that you can be good with. Now, for this mode exclusively, I really suggest the following. Now, before I get into the following weapons that I think are really good in Clam Blitz, I want to tell you that this is mostly for the people who are going in blind. These are for the people who aren't going with a bunch of friends. When you have a team of 4 with you, that's when I suggest someone is a sniper, someone is a roller, someone is a Brella, okay? People who can be a supportive and be a sniper. In the next few weapons, I'm basically telling you the weapons that are best for this game mode, for when you're going in without a teammate, you don't have a plan ready. This is just you playing Clam Blitz, collecting the clams, defending the clams, going and getting the footballs and stuff. The best weapon is, in my opinion, the roller. Now, this is very strange because the roller is typically not that great competitively. Not many people use the roller. It's not that great in splatting. It's not that great in spreading ink. It's not that good in defeating goals. It's not that good at popping the Rainmaker. It doesn't have an ability that is so great for competitive modes until Clam Blitz. Because what did I say at the very start of this video? The number one thing about Clam Blitz is speed. You need to be speedy. And what is the only weapon that masters in speed? That is the roller, okay? Pretend this is the roller. You're going... The only other weapon that you can move while shooting is the roller, and the roller isn't as fast as the ink brush. So the ink brush is the most mobile and is the quickest, and since this is a game that focuses so much on speed, you just get that brush and you go, you're collected. It's like you're in a mini vacuum going, you're speeding it. You're being a Sonic on the map, okay? You're going so fast because that helps collecting the clams. And the clams are so, they're big enough that you can collect them by just walking in a straight line. So there's been so many times where I've been a brusher and I've just been going, and you just brush past them. Literally, you brush past them and you get clam after clam after clam after clam. You're so fast. Whenever someone comes up to you, this thing is strong enough and close combat enough that you can just go splat. This is the most close combat map of any map ever. The most close combat. Ranked mode, anything. This is so close combat. And the only weapons that are really good in close combat are the brush and the roller. And the roller's the other one I would suggest. Now I did say the roller isn't as fast as the ink brush. The roller is stronger though and immensely great at close combat. This game, you're just rushing past trying to collect the clams. The roller is fantastic at just, oh, you're right next to me, splat, oh, all of your things are gone, all of your clams are gone. You really can pull some really great upsets with this thing because there are people who have 6, 7, 8, even 9, 10 clams, and you can just easily go, oop, you're dead, oop, you're dead, oop, you're dead. And then at the same time, you're mobile, you're moving around, you're getting those clams yourself. So those two are the greatest weapons. And like I did say earlier, if you are in a more team environment where you know who you're working with and you can talk to them, I say one person's a roller, one person's an ink brush, one person's umbrella, and one person's a sniper. The sniper and the umbrella defend. Sometimes the umbrella can support as well and move on with those missions. The roller and the ink brush work together in tandem, working to get the clams. The brusher would get the clams since he's the fastest, and the roller would get the defense and splat everyone as they go, basically walking in tandem together. So, or the umbrella as well can help defend and deflect shots. The splatter shot is also good at splatting and good at spreading ink, and this is such a fun game mode because it is the only game mode that doesn't work on one center object. And by that means there isn't a rainmaker in the middle of the mode that you're all fighting over in one spot. There isn't a splat zone that's in the middle of the arena the whole entire time that you're fighting over. There isn't a tower that everyone is fighting over. This is the only game mode where you are going around the whole entire map constantly. Ranked mode. Turf War is just, this is the most like Turf War in ranked mode by far. This thing is very similar to Turf War because in Turf War, you're going around the whole entire time splatting and spreading ink. You're doing that in here too. In every other game mode, you're focused on one sole object. You're focused on one little rainmaker, zone, or tower. In this, there are thousands of clams throughout the whole entire game that you're collecting and fighting over. So this is the most mobile, the most one that's worried about speed, less about power, and then you're using the whole entire turf. And by that, I'm leading into the splatter shot and the roller are great in here because they're the best at spreading ink. And what helps most in a game mode focused on the whole entire arena, what are the best weapons in a turf war? Weapons that spread ink, which are rollers and splatter shots. So you need a weapon that will spread your ink. And the reason why ink is so important here is because you use this whole entire map. Okay, you need to have the map be your color. If you're a orange colored inkling, you have to make sure most of the field is covered in orange because this game is all about speed. It's all about speed, and the more ink that is your color, the faster your inklings are going to be able to swim. The faster they're going to swim, and the more color, say you're orange and the opposing team is purple, if the whole field is purple, you're going to be moving so slow, splatting your way through. So it's all about speed. It's all about spraying the ink. It's complicated, but it's the most fun and most complex mode in my opinion. So with that said, Buttercup, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And with that said, Buttercup, this is a Splat education video. If you liked it, make sure to splat my Splat subscribe button. Make sure to get it your color and make sure you're a Peach Pal for life. Yes, my name is Prince Peach, Nico, me, and all of my fans are the Peach Pals. So if you feel like you've been educated, like you're a better Splatoon player now, make sure to share your love in the comment section below. Hit the like button and subscribe so I can make more of these. If no one likes this video, then I guess I just became a better player and all of you guys are just gonna do bad. No, I'm kidding. Anyways, this has been Nico Mees. all the amazing, all the greatness. Clam Blitz is a ton of fun. Clam Blitz is so much fun, and you are missing out if you're not doing a lot of these tips and tricks, because like I said, not many people worry about defending, not many people worry about the speed, not many people worry about spraying ink, and those are key factors to winning in this game mode. So please, 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 please listen to them, and you're gonna do a lot better. So for more Splatoon education videos, should I be able to put this go? Anyway, hit the subscribe button. Goodbye. Yeah. Listen up.